You know, this last week, the amount of rain. Well,
yeah, huge.
The rain's been mental.
Yeah, really bad.
There was one day where I swear I've never seen rain anywhere on this planet as ever. And I've been in like some right weird places where it pisses it down. There's been many people over the years that have messaged saying that is my favourite trail by far on the hill.
Yeah.
And there's been many, even more, say it's absolutely shit and I can't ride it.
Do you get nervous on those smaller jumps?
Yeah, well I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just pushing my own here back in.
No.
So if we go to the start,
okay,
then 3 sections, that's probably a good spot to have a little chat.
So we're at the top here of Farside. What other tracks have you got that are now working on this side?
Yeah, so this is obviously the start where everything started from. So if we start on this side, you've obviously got the original Farside, which, you know, you got the tables, and then the track it basically runs along where the trees are.
Okay.
So on one side of the track there's no trees, that side.
Was that fairly untouched there, or?
It's pretty much untouched. The second half of it's still got quite a lot of brash on it, not too much, but you know, an hour's work you'd have it. You'd clear it, if you know what I mean, because we've cleared these jumps, and then moving over one, you've got what we used to call the Farside jumps.
Yeah.
We never came up with a name for it, which come off the side. Now, I've been through that with a machine. That's rideable now. We've been riding that, so yeah, that's a real nice little bit to session. Some nice little jumps on it. And then here, other than this pile of stone we're just going to make a little start thing for it, but we've cleared out, that used to be poo pipe. Yeah. I'm literally forgetting names of them. That's poo pipe. So that's cleared down to the first fire road. So obviously that's ready and be rideable in the summer. And it's actually, if anything, it's probably done it good, because some of it's like, you know, where obviously there's so many bikes go down it over years, and at this top bit of the hill it's quite rocky, so there's not that much soil there. So the downhill tracks naturally wear down to the rock, but obviously so much stuff's happened around this area. It's almost put all loam and crap back over it, so we've left all that kind of on it. It's
almost a sort of terrain that probably benefits from traffic rather than it doing damage, if you know what I mean. Obviously bikes cause wear and tear, but they also hold everything together. Sure.
The best thing that can happen to these tracks now would be people to ride them. Yeah. We've got them to a stage where you can't actually really make them any better yourselves. The best thing that compacts and packs a trail is bikes going over it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even you can do stuff with a digger. You can put whacker plates over it. Do whatever, hit it with a shovel a million times, and then near enough you put a bike over it and it'll still go down ever so slightly.
It's the easiest way to see it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you can see this
This gives quite a good idea, actually. I'll do a fly down the 50 to 1 line.
Yeah.
It's the closest I'll get to riding it.
Yeah, same now. I'm really not into that shit anymore. I've done most of it, but
have you?
I probably won't ever ride it again, to be fair. I mean, it works. It's,
You just got to crank into them and just hope for the best.
But we've changed this first bit now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a bit more rolly.
Yeah, I mean, it was always like just so flat here, and obviously the trees are all in the way, so I basically dug a drain down the side of it, found some decent dirt. It's real hard digging here because it's flat. There's no way of making big piles of stuff. It's a right pain.
Do you have to bring material up here?
Well, even that's just a pain in the ass in itself. Do you know what I mean? You need someone else. You need a dumper. You need a big dumper to make any difference. So I ended up just digging a hole here. Okay. Basically.
Nice.
Basically, and trying to, build this start up a little bit.
Yeah. So you got rid of the old start ramp.
Yeah, because that's been rotten for years. So.
Yeah. So it makes the approach a bit easier then.
Yeah. Like now you can you've got a crank to get going.
Okay.
But as soon as you've done that step down, like obviously if you're going to ride 50, you're not going to roll that, you're going to jump it. And you're away.
Yeah.
And same with free ride. You can roll it, or if you jump it, you can then end up like scrubbing over that roller, and then you're into, the first jumps. Really done the whole of the free ride.
I can see
this top section. Sorry, not the whole way down, but this top.
Okay.
Finished that last week.
Nice.
And yeah, we've been riding it, and really, really good fun. Like I said, not ridden that much, and to get in and just ride some smaller jumps like that, it was so much fun.
Nice.
And then we were obviously just lapping it, riding back up on e-bike. You can get quite a lot of laps in on this top section. Rather than, that's how I see it kind of working from now on, is we spent an hour just riding up here.
Nice.
And you get so much in that short space of time, almost more than an uplift.
Well, if you're not losing that gradient, like if you're still staying fairly high, it takes so much less energy to get back up.
It takes less power. My e-bike, it's ancient. It's one at First Canyon one was what came out. It's literally 4 years. It's ancient, 4 years old.
Like a Spectral on or something.
Yeah, but there's like 2 or 3 different versions of it since.
Yeah.
It's first or second generation Shimano motor, 500 watt battery. Do you know what I mean? Like things have moved on.
Yeah.
You know better than I do how much of the bikes have moved on now. So I base everything on what I do on mine. Yeah. I'm alright because I've got 4 batteries. So
hang on a minute.
So it doesn't actually make that much difference. I've got like 2,000 watts if I don't have to carry them. So I could ride here all day.
There you go, you heard it here first. You need 4 batteries to ride Revs.
When we made that original free ride line, like it was years ago, we didn't actually know that much about building trails kind of thing. And to be fair, it's a decent trail. People really liked it. But as a trail builder, there was a lot of flaws in it.
Okay.
And one of the things is that section down there, it's too steep, there's not enough room. I feel like this area now is like, this is almost the second area that you'd be able to session.
Okay.
Anyone who's ridden Vision Line knows, how easy it is to get from the bottom of it back here if you're gonna lap it, push up and lap it. It's not far at all, is it?
No.
So the plan is, we've started this other line above where the red was.
Yeah.
So in the middle of winter, when I was repairing all the roads, that basically just had 2 massive ruts down here where the forwarders have been going up and down. So I thought I'd just quickly go down it in this machine and just level it off. Just so in the future we could come back and at least we'll be able to drive on it, and it'd be a start to making it easier to get in it back to being a bike trail. But what I quickly realised when I got onto it on the machine is that there was so much stuff on it, so much crap on it.
Okay.
And that if I just leveled top of it and tracked it in, to then go back in the future, it would have been an absolute nightmare to deal with what was basically hidden underneath just a few inches of dirt. So because it was like their main haul road, getting the timber onto a more substantial track, they layer it with Brash. So I'm like, I had to do a proper clean up.
Yeah.
And there was that much stuff that I couldn't just pile it on side. If I'd piled it on side, it'd have filled halfway, all the way up to Vision probably. There was literally that much of it. So the only way to deal with that kind of stuff is burying it. The main thing is I've got rid of the stuff. All the banks are clear, the stumps are gone. It's basically piled up with amazing dirt just waiting for me to go through it.
What have you had to do to Vision to keep it going? Were they fairly sympathetic when it came to this trail?
Yeah, so one of the kind of good things about the bigger lines we've built is that we've obviously already taken a few trees out around them. And they're that big that you can kind of get to them from either side.
Yeah.
So obviously this road they've got, so they didn't need to, they could just reach and grab a few without really damaging too much. And then the ones above the Vision, they actually So the red downhill used to run just above it, and that got completely destroyed. And basically they made that into some kind of access road. So then they could reach down from there to get the trees above vision without damaging it or damaging it too much. So a lot of it's just natural wear and tear. I started it a couple of weeks ago now. I basically did the first couple just with the machine. A lot of the kind of handwork, because this kind of stuff, I don't know, you got to be a little bit more precise, I'd say. And also we like, you know, it looks better, doesn't it, when it's all proper shaped up this line. Yeah. So yeah, we went to town on it, shaped all lips and everything. There's probably another 4 or 5 days work on it, just a bit more digger work really, just to get it fully finished. But it's been ridden. Been ridden before we started tarting everything up.
Nice.
So we know it still rolls well, everything still works, but like I say, it just needs a bit of love to get it back to its former glory kind of thing.
I mean, from here it looks pretty insane already. So
yeah, I mean, like when it's all done, it's going to look pretty mental, isn't it?
Yeah
It'll look pretty good.
It's so cool in the open as well. Like, I mean, it was cool in the trees, and whenever you in the autumn when all the pine needles fell and it all just turned orange, that was stunning, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was real. It was a really good time. Yeah, I always thought that was the best time of year. If you got that, like October time, when all the needles are down.
Yeah.
And you got them random really nice days. They obviously weren't that warm, but they were some of the best days to ride on this hill, I think.
I guess at least without the trees there, it will dry out quicker. Like the trails will dry quicker. Although I suppose these weren't too bad in the first place.
It always dries quite fast, this hill, anyway, I think.
Sure.
Like a lot of, you know, this last week, the amount of rain. Well,
yeah, huge.
The rain's been mental.
Yeah, really bad.
There was one day where I swear I've never seen rain anywhere on this planet as ever. And I've been in like some right weird places where it pisses it down. Like, it was crazy how much water fell out of the ground. And then it stops raining, come back here, and you'd expect it to be a swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's drying out, and the dirt is just so good.
Yeah.
Like,
amazing.
Like me and Dave, when we were doing some of these like lips and stuff like that, I've kind of mixed up the material with the machine, and then, you know, I've roughly shaped it.
Yeah.
And then boom, we've gone in by hand, and we're like, this dirt is just mental how good it is. It's like, and even down like where I'm working now on the free ride, I was just like, this dirt is just, I don't think you could get better dirt, because obviously we need stuff that runs all year. You know, these jumps, as anyone know, they ride the same in the wet, you know, so you can ride these in the middle of winter. And that's to do with, like, we mix like the clay with the more shaly stuff.
Okay.
So it's kind of half and half clay, half rock sometimes.
So then on this side of the track then, to the right of Vision, what's the plan there? So
that used to be Revs, which is basically been annihilated. None of that is, there's a few random bits you can see poking out of the brash and crap.
Yeah.
So that's basically out of the picture for the time being. But they've obviously, with the no trees there, the land's been opened up, so you can get to see it a bit more.
Yeah.
And it's such a, I mean, I always knew that was a really good spot to like build something through, but like now, it would be, yeah, you could really build something good in there now. It never really got much traffic, did it? It was a bit of a neglected. It was too hard. You know, with riding, everyone likes something slightly different, doesn't it? Yeah. You know, there's been many people over the years that have messaged saying that is my favourite trail by far on the hill. Yeah. And there's been many, even more, say it's absolutely shit and I can't ride it. So, you know, it was hard to get through it. Or it went hard, it was just hard work. Yeah, sure, you had to work it. Like, you'd really have to work to get through it. So, you know, it was very different from everything else we had on the hill, and that's, you know, basically what we wanted to do. this is what I was literally meant to do with life. I was supposed to build bike trails. I love it. I absolutely love doing it. And hate it sometimes. But you can't love something without hating it.
No, of course.
Points, can you?
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe on the way out, and look out for more episodes of the EMTB podcast coming very soon.